Hey, what's going on, everyone? Jake here with this week's episode of What's New with Tackle Warehouse. Super stoked to show you all the newest inventory that just came in stock. First one we're going to go over is from Nishine Lure Works. It's the Chippawa Slow Float Crankbait. Now, we got the regular Chippawa crankbait in a few weeks ago. I think Aaron showed it to you guys. Now we got this slow float model. This is a super awesome crankbait, and what's cool about this slow float model, it's a little bit heavier and it has a little bit different action. So when you're reeling it, when you pause it, it'll actually pause and then it'll give a little slight wobbling action before it starts to slowly rise and almost suspend. So it's going to be great for those times when you're trying to, do a stop and go retrieve and you don't want your bait to shoot up to the surface. It's great for cold water, and especially in the early spring, you can just pause that thing and you're going to get a lot more strikes from fish that are moving up shallow in the colder water months. So just check out this new crankbait from Nishine Lure Works there. All right, now we just started getting all the new topwaters in from Berkley from the Outcast 2018 show. The first one that we got here is their new Bullet Pop. This new Bullet Pop comes in 3 sizes. This is the 70 here in my hand, the middle size. There's a 60, 70, and 80. What's cool about this popper is it has a fixed tail weight in it, so you can cast it like a bullet, literally. And then it's balanced, so it sits flat on the surface, got a great popping action. You can also walk it very easily. Got that deep cut mouth on it, so it's gonna chug and spray a lot of water. Something that's a little bit different on their topwaters that I noticed right out the gate is that they have like a ridge back here. It's kind of a tapered back design. So they're a little bit flatter, so they get a little bit more flash in the water. And it also keeps them, sitting perfectly parallel as well, or horizontal on the surface, I'm sorry. And they got those razor sharp Berkley Fusion 19 hooks, feather treble on the rear, so just ready to go right out the pack. All right, next up here, we got the new Berkley Choppo. Now, as a tail spinning topwater, these style topwaters are getting really popular over the last few years. Guys are winning a lot of big tournaments on them. They come in a 90 size and a 120. You got some amazing details, 3D eyes, awesome paint jobs on them. What's cool about this tail spinning, topwater design is it's weighted down here in the belly of it. If you hold it up to the light, you can see all the weights that go into it. So this one's going to stay perfectly balanced and run true at any retrieve speed. So you can burn it and it's not going to twist and roll over on you. It's going to stay perfectly straight. It's got that hard lip tail on there that makes a super loud, like popping sound. And it, got those razor sharp Berkley treble hooks just like all the Berkley topwater baits here. All right, the last one I want to show you guys from Berkley is the new Jaywalker. Now we all throw a walking style topwater bait. This one's got a couple cool features on it that's going to make just, walking the dog just much easier and more efficient for you. First thing on here is it's tail weighted, so it casts a mile. And as you can see on the 3 different chambers on here, there's actually 3 different tail weights. There's 2 different size tungsten balls in the back, and then there's 1 hollowed out bead in there. So you're gonna get, kind of a unique sound and action with those 3 different styles of beads in the rear. Then you got the 3 razor sharp treble hooks, so you're gonna stick just about every fish that comes up and tries to swipe at this thing. And the flat bottom on here keeps it perfectly flat on the surface, so it doesn't really roll. You get great walk the dog action, and then the fish aren't going to miss the hooks because it's going to stay flat all the time. All right, next up from Deal Tungsten. I believe we got about 14 products from Deal Tungsten. I just wanted to highlight a couple to show you guys. Something that's pretty cool is they're actually got a few jigs in their lineup. So the first one's their football jig. Now this is a 1/2 ounce football jig, and this head looks like it's the size of about a 1/4 ounce lead football jig. So you're gonna have a little bit more compact profile, so a little bit more subtle action. It's got about, the football jig's got a medium wire hook on it, so you can make super long casts, fish super deep water, and you're gonna get plenty of hook penetration on a long cast and fish in the deep water, not have to worry about really jacking them with a heavy wire hook and heavy line and a big rod and all that. You can throw this on, any pound test with, you don't need that big rod. You use a regular medium heavy rod, you're just gonna do great with this. And then because it's tungsten, you're gonna have increased sensitivity. You're gonna feel every little thing on the bottom, gonna have a little bit more subtle presentation. Just an awesome football jig by Deal Tungsten. Next is their flipping jig. Same thing with the tungsten. Got all the benefits of tungsten, small profile. It's got a kind of an all-around head design, so it's gonna be great for skipping, flipping brush, going through vegetation. You can do anything with this jig. You can throw it out on rock points, whatever you want to do. This flipping jig does have a heavy-duty hook on it, so you can fish up in the nastier cover, heavy rod, braided line. You're not going to have any problem bending that hook out, so check out the new flipping jig. All right, one of the other ones we wanted to show you guys is their Jackhammer skirted punch weight. So ready to go right out the package. You don't have to mess around with, punch skirts and all that kind of stuff and having your punch skirt fail on you and just add another element into your flipping setup. This thing's ready to go right out the pack. This is a 1/2 ounce head or a 1/2 ounce weight, I'm sorry, so it's super compact. Got your skirt ready to go, so you get that jig style presentation when you're flipping into cover, but you remain perfectly weedless with a Texas rig as you're flipping. So, all right, and also from Real Deal Tungsten, we got all their weights. So we got the flipping weights here, we got bullet weights, Carolina rig weights, nail weights, drop shot weights, everything you need, any kind of tungsten you want, they got it. They have awesome tungsten weights, super high quality, great powder coating finishes on them, not going to chip, so make sure you check out all the Real Deal Tungsten products. All right, next up from Blade Runner, we got the new 2-ounce Does Spoon. So I know spoon jigging season's coming right up, water's cooling down. Now we got a full 2-ounce size, so if you guys are fishing super deep reservoirs, or you just want a heavier spoon to get down to the fish quicker and keep the school fired up once you got them going, because we know when it's cold out, you got super short windows of time to catch fish. So this is going to get down to the fish quicker and allow you to fish a lot deeper water since it weighs a full 2 ounces. But you know, nice compact. It's about 4 inches in length, so, or 3-4 inches in length, so still a small bait fish profile, but definitely going to be the way to go for jigging season coming up here. I got a few reels that came in from Outcast. The first one here is the new Revo Beast. So the new Revo Beast is a little bit bigger. It's a 40 size, so it holds a little bit more line, so you don't have to bump up to a big giant reel if you want to use 20-25 pound line and throw a big giant swim bait or a big umbrella rig or something. So this will hold plenty of line, and to do any kind of heavy duty application you want to, and it's not going to wear you out, and you don't need to jump up to that giant size reel and it's uncomfortable. It's got the big handle on it, which I love, the big oversized 95mm handle with the big EVA cranks on it. Just a phenomenal reel. It's got brass gears in it, full aluminum frame, aluminum side plates. It's gonna be an awesome reel for doing, you know, bigger, heavier duty stuff. I personally have the last generation Revo Beast, and I throw umbrella rigs on it, 6-7 inch swim baits that weigh 2-3 ounces, you know, all kinds of heavy duty stuff, and it handles it great. So it's an awesome reel to add to your arsenal. All right, next up is the new Revo Rocket. We all know the Rocket's been the fastest reel on the market for a while. They've upped it even more. This one here, the new model, is a 10-to-1 ratio. Pulls in 41 inches of line per crank. So you got a nice compact reel, but it pulls in just as much line as a big ocean reel does. So it's gonna be great for flipping. You can get your baits in and out of cover, just get fish right out of cover without, you know, just making a couple cranks. You're not gonna have to horse them like you would on an older reel. Also gonna be good for, you know, throwing buzz baits and stuff. When you want to get that reel engaged as soon as your bait hits the water and get your buzz bait going, it'll be great for that as well. Just an awesome new reel from Garcia. Next up from Daiwa, we got a new reel. We got the new Tatula 200 in. So again, with the 200 size, you got a little bit deeper spool. So, you know, for throwing the big 10XD crankbaits, umbrella rigs, gonna handle all that stuff. Just giving you guys a great option for more line capacity. Comes in 2 gear ratios, 6.3 and 7.3. Got the big 100mm handle on it with the soft touch knob. So if you guys are looking for a reel to do heavier duty stuff, hold more line, bigger braided line, bigger fluorocarbons, monofilaments, definitely check out the Daiwa Tatula 200. All right, back over to my left. You guys probably been staring at this the whole video. We got the new Tackle Warehouse Co-Angler bag. We are super stoked to present this. It's gonna be perfect for all you guys that fish on your buddy's boat, or you're just taking a trip somewhere and don't want to bring a full load of tackle. We got an awesome tackle bag for you here. We put heavy duty zippers on it. So you're not going to have any problems with these things failing or wearing out over time. Got pockets on the front, the rear, and the sides. The rear's actually got a mesh pocket, so you can put stuff in there and wet lures or bags of plastic, and it's going to stay dry back there. Not going to hold water in it. There's also a tool pouch on the side, so you can put your scissors and your pliers on there. Comes with a shoulder strap, and inside this will hold up to 5 3700 planos on there. So if you're looking for a new bag, you're going fishing with your buddy, don't want to, you know, bring a whole suitcase of tackle and take up the whole boat and make a mess, definitely this is going to be the way to go. Holds plenty of stuff for the day, and definitely going to, like, you know, make sure your boater's happy with the amount of tackle you're bringing. All right, next up from Fishcat. So we started bringing in a few more different float tube options for you guys. We had a lot of requests for it. So Fishcat, we've got the Fishcat 4, and then we've also got the Max 5, I believe is the name of it. It's a little bit bigger than this model. I just want to tell you guys, like, if you're looking to get off the bank, this is an awesome option. I've personally owned a Fishcat myself for almost 7 or 8 years now, and I've caught tons of bass on it, all the way up to 9 pounds. So you don't need a $100,000 bass boat to catch big bass. This is a great option. These are super rugged construction. The sides on them, it's a woven denier, I believe, and then the bottom has got a reinforced PVC bottom. Personally, on mine, when the lakes were down low here in California during the drought, I drug mine all the way to the shore, a couple 100 yards, and I've never had any issues messing it up. They're super easy to fill up. They got the Boston valves on them, so it's a one-way valve, so it's easy to fill up, easy to deflate. Just an awesome way to get it there off the bank. You can access water that bass boats can't get to, and then just, you know, areas that you want to fish to in small ponds or lakes that you can't really access by shore because there's overhanging trees or there's too much vegetation. This is definitely the way to go. And the fish cap, what's cool about it, it's got that foam seat built into the middle of it, and then the 2 tubes on the side. So 2 individual tubes plus the foam seat. It keeps you higher up off the water, so you're only in the water from about your knees down. So you're a little bit more elevated. You're not sunk down to the tube, so it makes casting and just fighting fish a lot easier. 2 gear compartments. You can hold plenty of tackle in there for the day. So just an awesome new float tube there that we're finally bringing into Tackle Warehouse. All right, last up, we got a whole new company of rods I want to show you guys. These are Taipan rods. I believe we have about 7 different series of these: casting, cranking, swim bait, and then we have a Roy Hawk signature series and a Jason Williamson signature series. These are super awesome rods, extremely lightweight. When I picked one up, it's pretty insane how light they are and how comfortable they are, because they have this wing grip on here with this kind of a spiral design, so it has a little bit of a ridge to it, so extremely comfortable to hold. What's also cool about these is they actually have spiral wrap guide technology on them. So the spiral wrap guides are getting more and more popular. If you guys aren't familiar with spiral wrap guides, they make casting more accurate. And then also when the rod is under load, with traditional guides on the top, the rod wants to twist to one way or the other. With the spiral wrap, when this rod's under load, it doesn't stress at all. It makes fighting fish way easier. And then also it gives you more power when actually trying to pull fish out of heavy cover or just dealing with fish in general. Also they have small, I believe these are Fuji KR concept guides, kind of almost a micro guide, really small, lightweight. And then also on the rod blank, there's Taipan's XX proprietary blank technology in there. So that's going to prevent ovalization. When your rod loads up and it wants to ovalize, that's when breakages happens and the rod weakens. So this blank is actually extremely strong, and you can it's got a lot of power in it for a super lightweight rod. Super comfortable reel seat, but make sure you check out the whole series of Taipan rods. They got everything you'd ever need in a bass rod. All right, thanks for tuning in and watching this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. For more information on the products seen here today, please click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments which one of these products you're most excited about.